Hi, it's Ken from AutoQuote3D. Today I'm going to take you through the basics of setting up your print shop. So let's get to it. First of all, log into your dashboard. Once here, you'll see your dashboard with all of your current statistics, but we're going to go over to the configuration tab. Here is where we're going to set up our pricing and materials and technologies. So we have SLA, SLS, and FDM, and you can see that under each of them, there are maximum printing dimensions. So according to the printers you have, you might want to set a maximum here. Here, for example, FDM, we have a bamboo lap printer, so we just set 250, 250, 250. If your SLA printer is a little bit smaller, we can change that up here. Let's set 240 and save. Now, it's important to note if you don't have all of these technologies available, so let's say you do not have an SLS printer, all you have to do is make sure that you don't have any SLS materials available, and that option will not pop up. On the side here, we have three tabs. We have materials, support material, and urgency. We're going to go through materials and support material today because we're talking about setting up the print shop. We'll leave urgency for another time. Now, under printer dimensions, we can set an override here. And underneath, as you can see, we've actually set up some materials already. So let's just delete this one for now, or disable it, or archive it. And then we'll set it up again, just so you can see the process. We're going to add a new material. It's going to be an FDM material. Let's add a high temperature peak material. And material density, what if I leave it at 0.1? It's going to give me a notice saying that we should have at least 0.5 grams. So that makes sense to me. It's going to give you some hints on what to set up. And let's set 0.6 actually. And we'll submit. And now you can see that we've created a new material over here. Peak. Over here, if I click the little three dots, we have some options. We can either edit this directly, change the printer size override, which we will do, because for peak material, we don't want that big of a print. We don't want to print the maximum build volume. So let's just go with 120, 120, and 120, and submit. So now we have an override. Despite our printer having a bigger build volume, for this particular material, it will not let you go to that size, and it will limit it to what we've set on the override. Now we're going to add some options. So for color, let's just go with black, easy. And you can choose your color swatch here. Layer heights. And this is where you're going to set most of your pricing for layer heights. We'll just set standard. Layer heights for 200 is okay for peak. Curve threshold, price per gram, and startup cost. These three factors are really going to help you price out this material and this technology. I will have another video where I will show you how to price to perfection, but for the time being, let's just leave the curve threshold at 1, and let's just say because of peak, I want a larger startup cost, $25 just to get started on printing with peak. And I'm going to submit that there. Infill, we're only going to offer one option, really, really strong, so we'll do strong at 80% infill. Oh, don't put the percent sign in there. 80%. So now we have our peak material set up. It's an FDM technology. When your customers go to price this material, they can select these options. You can add another layer height if you want, add another infill if you'd like, or add more colors according to what you'd like. Now, at this point, you can either copy or disable this. If, for example, I just ran out of peak material or my printer is down, you can disable this particular material and not have that available. You can also set default. So right now, if someone goes to your website onto the widget and uploads a file, where did they default to? Well, I want them to default to actually a PLA filament. It's just most simple to print, 100 microns, 50% infill, and let's say white. So there we have it. This is now the default choice. If they don't choose any other option, they're going to get a quote based on PLA, white, 100% infill, sorry, 100% layer height, and 50% infill. And that's what I want them to default to if they don't know what they're looking for. Right now, I'm going to go down here and see all the different materials. We do have materials for everything, and if you're not sure, you can always look up material here. You can type nylon, and you can see and filter by material choice. So this is the basics of setting up your build materials. Now we're going to go to support material. and pretty much do the same thing. You can add a new support material. We've actually already added a few. We have Aquasys, BVOH, and PVA, and we have different prices for densities. And underneath, you can see all of your FDM materials. For ABS, we have chosen BVOH, be the support material. For Peak, we want to use base. Now base is basically the same material support. So even if you have no support material set up, it will use base and calculate the same price as your regular material. PETG, we've selected PVA, and PLA, we've selected base as well. But we can also choose PVA if we'd like. And within materials and your support materials, that's how you're going to price out your FDM and other technologies on your website. So there you have it, the basics of setting up your print shop with the materials and printers you have with any overrides you require. If you have any questions on setting up your print shop, contact us at AutoQuote3D.com.